folks, welcome back.
You're forgetting why you tears them to ribbons!
That's done.
Back on, and that's another kill!
Headshot after headshot.
Smoking its carnage in the corner! We are balling!
We're straight balling! Let's go, baby! Chasing down this Ana. Ana is dead. Baptiste is in the grave 6 feet under. There's the other Genji. There can only be one, and it's Muhiki!
He finds his one, he finds his two, he finds his three, he finds his four!
Came down. That's gonna lead around for CSU.
The flash in their face right there.
Quadra kill.
He's going for the pentakill.
He gets the first one. He gets the second for the map.
Oh my goodness, and people are dropping like flies!
Walks right through the Omen and he takes down the spike carrier, the Vanga finds the third, and Levy takes them all down! You need an egg, Egg's leaving it up to Goose, Goose is gonna put it in! Oh, Goose for the third! Hey! This looking doable Scrum McLord is on a rampage! They're tearing them apart, tearing them to ribbons, Tiffin has been slain!
That's it, that's it, CSU wins. All right, and with that, Cleveland State has beaten Manchester and become the new champions of GLEC. First team to beat them in these playoffs, like, ever.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are back with Rocket League NECC Grand Finals here against Texas A&M CSU. Starting off on the defensive here.
Almost was a very quick goal there from Texas A&M, but CSU do have control of the ball. This is the Grand Finals for the NECC Nationals Division 3. This is high stakes here.
Of course, CSU, we always know, shares a very great organized communication here with the way that they rotate. And I think that's going to prove very useful against Texas A&M. As I've reviewed their players a little bit, some of their record here, and we have mostly on their team are very aggressive players. So I think if CSU can kind of just get behind, like we're seeing right now with Orb, and just kind of stall out in corners, especially with these boosts, get some lucky picks off of the boost pads, they should be able to run Texas A&M out of boost and get some good goals.
It was a nice attempted shot there from Kartsune Miku. Nice name, by the way. Didn't quite go into the net, or trying to get some ball control going, but he's going to have to go for some scraps. If anything, it's a two-player miss that they try to go onto the ball, but they can't. And it's going to be a shot on goal that doesn't quite connect quite yet.
Orb getting a nice clear there. Lobo pairing up. It's back center field. We're going to see that nice follow-up there from Lobo. It's going to be off the backboard. Unfortunately, Cool there. Fly Cool drinking the Kool-Aid.
Awkward in this corner it is right now. It just took me a second to get what you were doing. It's very awkward, the ball positioning so far. It's either been CSU oppressive offense, or it's been traveling across the entire field to get to the CSU's defensive line, or it's been in these corners. It's felt like that a lot of the time.
Yeah, and that's just Rocket League in general at high play, is that if you can't get the ball in the air because of just too many 50-50s, too many intercepts going on, you don't really have a way to set up anything. your best bet is just to push it into the corner and try to get that set up. And that's what you see a lot in pro play, is that if you're not seeing these crazy aerial shots or these team maneuvers, you're seeing this corner play of trying to eventually, basically what I was talking about earlier, stall out the opposing team and get lucky with the boost pads and just run them out of boost, starve them.
It was an attempted pretty cheeky bump there from Cypricate. Didn't quite find a goal off of it. The ball didn't have the momentum, and another player was there to block, but I like the idea from Cip. He's going for a bit of an aerial dribble.
That was a huge 50-50 for CSU. Unfortunately, nobody was really there to contest that. Prada Orb's going to be able to center the ball. Unfortunately, Karsene and Miku getting it out of there.
Now it's just in center field. The Vikes, they've got 3 players hovering the ball, but that's going to mean that they're going to run out of boost pretty soon. That demo will help the resource war a little bit for their favor, and Cip going to take the ball away from the Kool-Aid Man.
And here we go. CSU is kind of just knocking it around at this point. That's a good contest there. Unfortunately, Prada Orb's going to get control of the ball, though. This is huge. This is a big aerial play. Cypricate going in for the 50-50. I'd say that's a CSU win there. Loba's going to come in and try to center it there. That's a huge defense by Flycool. We're just going to start calling him Kool-Aid.
It's in the cards. There's only a minute and a half just about left and nobody's found a goal. This has been pure defense matched by pure defense. While the offense has been suffocating a lot of the time, neither one of these teams has found a good opportunity to get the offense to find results.
And that was a good recovery there from Lobo. He got bumped out of that situation, and that could have been a bad goal there, but he kind of just repositioned himself and used his jump to get off the ceiling and just dove down on that ball. Huge 50-50 defense there from Lobo. Oh my god, that's another 50-50 win for Lobo there.
Knock out of the corner for Karsene. I don't think they're going to find much off of it
No,
yet.
they just did not have the positioning. They basically threw all their resources into that corner, and CSU is going to be able to recover from that. They might be able to get a goal here. That's a huge pinch there from Lobo.
It's not quite there. Cip tries to go for the juke in, but it was knocked away by one of the defending players. Sent right up, but Cool should be able to get this one. Just barely doesn't go in. The double defense from the one man.
That would have been a huge for CSU there. But, I mean, that was a huge save for Texas AMU.
Trying to find an opportunity. It's looking like Sean's going to be the first one up to the plate, but no, it's taken away. Prada Orb has control. A nice tap up there for Cypricate. Bends it up, but again, there's not much left. 30 seconds remain. This might be an open goal. Orb, he gets in!
That's huge there for CSU. It's a dangerous situation considering we saw CSU really commit to that corner, trying to get it into center field, make a shot happen.
12 seconds remain. It's looking like we're going to go to overtime if they can't find a goal here and now. Lobo, he set it up for the play, but Karsene Miku, he finds the aerial deflect.
That was a crazy aerial pinch, too, between both players there. I love seeing 50-50s like that, where the ball just goes, like, Mach 20.
They're playing for this, actually. It goes close. Lobo!
Oh, my God!
Lobo, no! It's blocked, Kool-Aid! Oh, Flycool needed to find that block there. Oh, wow, that was close.
Flycool with these, like, we've seen him make some crazy saves this match so far.
Cip's going to be able to get the aerial pressure, sent it up forward.
That's a good 50-50 to take. That's going to put things in a good position for Lobo and Prod Orb to get something going.
It's slowly inching its way over, but Cip, he ain't going to be fooled by something that slow. He's going to get the defense on lock.
Yeah, unfortunately, Lobo misses the bump to get it centered. We're going to see Orb make a recovery. Cypricate just bumping Sean out of the way. Trying to get a 50-50, flying Cool, still going to save it. That was a bad 50-50 to take there by Sean.
I respect it. It ultimately works out for them in the end, just slightly, and you can see the boost is starting to run dry for the Vikes, but at the same time, Texas A&M, they're also starting to run out a little bit, but still, it seems like Flycool might be able to have it. No, Lobo with the block, they still are playing on. It's been a 7-minute round just about, if you count the extra inning earlier.
And yeah, no, CSU rotated back at just the perfect time to get something going here. These teams are just so evenly split, it's crazy.
By the way, I'm pretty sure one of these players are playing with an injured finger, by the way.
Yes, that is Prada Orb. Broke his index finger playing basketball. I think some sort of fumble or interaction happened and he fell down and ended up landing on his hand weird is what I was told.
All 3 players, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but all 3 players on defense ends up working out for Texas A&M. They're able to slow things down. Cip, he's got a strike on goal, but it's a beautiful block. Karsene gets it, and that's going to be a slow block. And look at this, all 3 players, they're like ants to the apple.
Oh my god, that's in. Cypricate gets it. But yeah, from what I've been told, Prada Orb's actually substituting his ring finger and middle finger for his index finger.
That does not sound easy. I mean, look at how... That was such a sluggish goal that was.
Yeah.
After so many fastball strikes from both those teams, that's the one that gets in. And it's just the suffocating resource denial over time. And the scores really don't tell the same picture here, do they? Look at that.
I mean, when you really think about it, CSU was heavy on just keeping things in the corner most of that game, and I think that's the reason why we see Texas A&M have a higher score, is because they had more saves, because they had to save a whole lot more because CSU kept starving them, going for that strategy of just keeping things in the corner. They know full and well CSU played around that very well. They know that Lobo can't set up, which that's Lobo's role in this team. They know Orb has great ball control. They know Ciprocate is great at just kind of shouting out, being the team leader here. They played around that. They sacrificed Lobo's role in order to just kind of stall things out and try to play around resources here. And the big thing here for Texas A&M is figuring out how they need to change their approach, because obviously their aggressive plays of just throwing warm bodies at a ball did not work. I mean, it worked. It worked. But it gave CSU way too many opportunities and gave them next to none.
Yeah, like, they were playing that immovable object kind of play style, right, where they're on full defense, and that's, again...
I mean, this is literally CSU and Texas A&M. Texas A&M is that...
immovable object.
No, CSU's the immovable object.
No, because they're the unstoppable force, because they're on offense.
I guess so, in a sense. I like to say that we're more defensive than we are offensive. We play the strategic game.
That's true. I would also like to note that the players... I was talking with the director, the esports director earlier, before this came to fruition. Barely doesn't find that.
God.
They got it for the defense, and they can't quite. Sean finds the line, and he gets it in. But the players, they think that their biggest challenge is behind them. They think King College was their biggest threat in this bracket. So they are actually expecting Texas A&M to be a reasonable opponent to beat. So...
And considering we're seeing Prada Orb handicapped again like he was earlier this season, still playing very well. Albeit, I do think there's a little bit of a struggle there, but I think they make up for it in the fact that they're changing their usual strategy of going for setups to just kind of stall things out here. And they do that very well with Orb just, you're going to hate me for saying it, but the proper term is ball chasing.
I'm coming around to it. Still don't love it, but I'm coming around to it. Good defense here from A&M.
They are starting to learn how to get things out of the corner there from CSU, playing things a bit more patiently, which I like to see from Texas A&M. It's going to create this kind of back and forth strategy here from CSU as they make the adaptation.
It feels like Lobo just kind of handed the ball to them in that situation. Obviously, not a lot of reward they could get off of it, but it feels like they kind of gave away ball control a little bit there.
They might be doing that to rotate back for more boost. They might be trying to play it safe. They don't want to starve themselves. They want to essentially not afford the opportunity of which they were trying to go for the first game that we saw. And that's a huge bump there for Lobo, kind of slowing down Sean. Sean just gets bumped again.
They're all going for this. I have to question the communication that's going on for Texas A&M, because it feels like consistently on defense there's two players going for it, even three at times going for the block, going for the save, where one would suffice.
Yeah. That's a huge center there for CSU. Carson's going to be able to get it. That's a okay 50-50 there. Not going to be in the best position here, especially considering CSU doesn't really have a whole lot of boost to make that work. Ciprocate going to be in the perfect position to rotate back. A 50-50 attempt there. For some reason, Ciprocate's going to be able to pinch that into Texas A&M's side, and we're going to see that basically passed off to Prada.
They were trying to go for some cheeky there. I'm not sure what he was
that was a crazy bump there that Ciprocate just got himself tied into.
Oh, and Prada Orb, he's got the boost stolen right from under him.
He almost got demoed, though, for it. I don't know if you saw that. Oh my... That was a crazy just...
Look at that. Look at, like, so Lobo, Orb lost a boost. Sip got bumped up into the friggin' skybox, and Lobo, I think, got bumped as well. So it was all three players were taken out
Yeah, and I mean, Ciprocate was supposed to be rotating back there when he got bumped, I'm pretty sure. So that's just threw CSU off the rhythm here. And that's 2 points down here for CSU.
And the pace that game 1 went, you don't have a ton of time. Like you're gonna struggle to make up these goals given the fact that it took what 7-8 minutes to get 1 goal in game 1.
Yeah, but I mean, at this point, okay, we're trying to get a filth reset there. Not quite getting it, but at this point, we have seen CSU get some crazy strikers going here off of kickoffs as well. People just leave themselves open, and CSU's really, really good at communicating those breaks. Solid 50-50 attempt there from Texas AMU. A bit disappointing to say, you threw 2 people at that 50-50 and still found a neutral ground. That is not a 50-50 you want to be taking with 2 players and still coming out neutral.
Yeah, Sip's been getting demoed hard. It feels he's been focused down a little bit. He got demoed twice so far. I think he's been 2 of the 3 demos in this game. They're going for another one on a Lobo, but that one ended up just being a fairly uneventful bump.
And I think it's because Sip first game was also bumping them out of position, repositioning them on purpose to try to get them out of the way. I think Texas A&M is kind of just deciding to play the same game now.
I mean, there was a chance there, but Sip, he didn't have the timing. He didn't have the opportunity. The defense was just slightly faster to be in that position and slightly more resources to make it work.
I mean, CSU's doing pretty okay. We've seen them win some 50-50s here. In terms of just pure, like, kind of these kind of states that I like to call volleyball, it's not the proper term for it, but kind of like neutral states where it's just back and forth between the corners. We've been seeing them win more 50-50s. But I think the issue now here is that Texas A&M had a sense of they changed their strategy a little bit, and it worked out for them, and they got 2 goals out of it, while CSU was still struggling on the offensive play.
It was just overwhelming that time.
I think it's just a matter of Lobo literally can't set up because of how aggressive this team's playing.
Mm-hmm. It's 1-1 now, though, and it is best of 7. The overlay graphic can't be updated, unfortunately, to show that, but you do have the funny little words in the middle that say best of 7, so thank goodness for that. But yes, best of 7 for 2 games in, 1-1.
It's a winnable 50-50 there for CSU. Unfortunately, Carson Amiko's going to come in and get the second hit. Okay, gonna get demoed there.
Again. He's been demoed hard consistently. He's going to be right back in the action. He's going to... you take him down, but he gets control of the ball and he scores anyways. You might need to take him down twice if you want a chance here.
Like, that was just such a bad 50-50. It wasn't even a 50-50. It was quite literally just you scooped it onto Ciprocate's hood and quite literally allowed him to dribble it into net. Like...
Alright, well... It's a good way to start game 3 here. A lead is in the cards and honestly favorable for the Vikes at this point moving forward. Mid-air demolition. The Derby is online.
I want to say that was calculated. That felt like he purposely angled himself down more towards the end of that 50-50 attempt.
I'd say so.
I mean, Lobo was right there on the back wall to effectively capture that, so...
So much aggression here for Texas A&M. They're going for an early goal. They want to try to force something to happen here, to try to equalize things so they're not feeling the pressure later on
Oh
in
my
the game.
god, that was
punished!
commitment from Texas AMU!
Like, they're committing so hard, they want to get a goal in so that then they're not feeling the pressure when there's a minute, 30 seconds left in the game like CSU just were. They're overcommitted, and Sip just finds the easiest thread to take his needle through.
I mean, he was waiting midfield too. He was letting Lobo and Orb just kind of take control of defense.
No. Okay.
The Kool-Aid at least gets his boost and gets back to net in time.
Okay, well...
We can let them have one.
We shouldn't, but we can. I mean, that's just... Again, it's an overcommitment, this time from the side of the Vikes.
They're getting a little bit too excited. They wanted to see it. They wanted to see it happen a third time.
Yeah. I mean, they still...
That's a huge follow-up there from Ciprocate.
It's still in a position where...
Oh, he was chasing Carson Amiku there.
I mean, Lobo ends up getting the tap on first, so they do have somewhat control of the ball right now, but all 6 players in the field are within about a 10-meter radius.
That could be center ball. Never mind. It's going to be a good defense there from Texas AMU. Orb trying to get the side flick to essentially stop that momentum there. Not going to quite make contact with the ball, though. excusably so.
To send away from the corner there, Texas A&M, they're trying to reclaim control, and it seems they might have done so successfully. Sip has a ton of boost, he gets bumped, but there's going to be another player on the defense. I think that one was Lobo. They got the hold on, and he's trying to get the ball sent forward, but double block there. 2 players, they've got it on lock, and it's looking good for Texas A&M. Orb, he centers.
It's up in the air. Lobo has it set up. He's not going to quite get the vector there that he needed for that, but that's okay. At least stalls for time. CSU's out of boost. They're going to probably rotate back here. Yeah, Orb's already got the boost panel. He's going to juke out that fake out there.
Both players trying to find something out about each other potentially with that one. A full boost meter for Sean as he's trying to hunt down this ball, chase it down to the ends of the earth, but Orb has it under control. Sends it from corner to corner. This looks like it could be a goal set, but no, Lobo, he knocks it straight up.
I mean, that was a huge 50-50 to win there for Texas A&M. I don't think they were prepared for that win, though, because they had nobody rotated forward for that. They were both still on their side, effectively.
Cool. He's got half a boost meter, and he's going to not need to use it for now. He's just going for the defense as the rest of the players are trying to find an opportunity to wiggle their way in to make a score happen. The Vikes, they're less nervous about it, less pressed about it, given the fact that they do obviously have that advantage.
Ooh, that was a nice 50-50 pinch there. CSU's going to be on the offensive now. I mean, Carson Amiku's going to make that reset happen very quickly, though. Center field, we're going to see something happen out of this. We're going to see Sean kind of knock it up in the air away from Sip. That's a big kind of ploy there. Lobo's going to win the 50-50, though.
I loved that little hit from Sean.
Oh
the
my!
goal pressure is overwhelming, and I'll give him a compliment. Apparently, every time I compliment Texas A&M, they're going to drop a goal, so I might have to do it more.
Like, look at this.
He just walks in.
It wasn't even walked in. Lobo threw himself in front of the ball and just bumped both of them simultaneously. Like, if they weren't both going for that defense at the same time, that wouldn't have been in. Texas A&M, I guess kind of in a sense proving that if you throw enough warm bodies at a ball, it does not solve your problems.
And the whole monkeys in a typewriter thing, but there's not enough of a sample size this time.
Lobo really wanted that demo. You could see it.
It kind of goes back to what I said earlier. I'm not the smartest person when it comes to Rocket League by any means, but I can be correct every once in a while, and I think that it is a bit of a communication issue with Texas A&M and how they're not communicating properly. Who's going for the defense? That shot doesn't quite go in. Shawnee thought he had the finesse, but no, not now.
And, like, these are very skilled players, don't get me wrong. They have the potential to be fantastic. I think the matter is that, unlike CSU, they probably play solos a lot. They probably play with randoms online a lot. They're not queuing ranked together as often as... Oh, my God.
Oh, what a block from Sip! He's so good at the game, man!
Oh, I love the floor pinches like that. We see Slipperkit do them a lot, too. But I just always love when it gets targeted straight towards the goal like that, because it's so tense and terrifying and exciting all at once.
All they need to do is hold for 30 seconds. It's not going to be enough time to get an OT score here, and there's a lot of players on the defense proving that to be the case. They might just hold here. Screw the boost, screw anything else, just don't let the ball go in.
And I mean, that's exactly what we're seeing here. They're just quite literally doing everything they can to just keep it on the corner.
8 seconds remain. They need a goal here and now if they want a chance of winning game 3, but it's looking like the Vikes have got it pretty solidly. Yep, there we go. That's going to be game 3 of going to them after the ball lands. There we go.
We hear some clapping here from the main room here. Prada Orb gonna do his break dance.
That looked a lot better from Vikings.
Yes.
They did have that one moment, obviously, where they kind of, got a little bit cocky and lost it for themselves. But outside that, it looked a lot better.
Score, they overcommitted to a thing that looked very capable of becoming a goal. I don't blame them. Sometimes it happens, especially when you just made 2 back-to-back goals that were quick succession. You see an opportunity, you want to make it happen.
It is that simple concept, though, of overheating, right? I talk about it all the time when I'm on commentary. I talk about it all the time when I'm coaching as well. Overheating is generally one of those things that just can lose you games. Sure, it was only 1 goal now, but if it happens again, what might happen? You might go even. You might start to lose momentum. You need to keep that under lock and key.
And I think our Rocket League team does pretty good because they get humbled very quickly when they mess up that badly. They reset. They know what went wrong. They immediately catch it and they correct it. And I think that's mostly due to the Reciprocate. if I'm going to be completely honest. He has a lot of experience. He got to play with one of the best players that CSU's ever had for Rocket League, Carson.
I think he might be one of the best players CSU's ever had for Rocket League.
Who, reciprocate? Yeah, at this point, he's surpassed Carson. But.
Pretty solidly. I think if I were to ask Sip, he's not a guy with an ego, don't get me wrong, but I'm pretty sure if I were to ask him, he'd be like, yeah, who? I'm the guy. I'm him.
I mean, he did make Gleck Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, I think so, at the very least. I might have gaslit everybody into thinking that, but...
He was nominated for it, at least. I don't know if he won it or not, but I'm pretty sure he did.
If there was an award for it, he won it, is all I know.
There was an award for it. He was nominated for it. It was in the Gleck Discord back when I was back on there.
Okay, so then I haven't gaslit everybody. All right, well, another goal! All right, this is looking like a 3-1 lead if they're able to maintain this pressure. Let's see if you overheat this time, though, boys.
Texas A&M definitely is, because they threw that goal. That was like...
Yeah, the Death Star. Revenge of the Fifth.
Mm-hmm. They didn't even try to defend that. They just quite literally were ball chasing. Every single one of them were ball chasing.
I wouldn't even call it overheating, though. That's all right. Well, all right. That's
okay,
the third
I don't
goal.
know. I don't know what happened there.
Seconds.
There was a person in goal.
Seconds.
There's a person bumping people. There's technically nearly two people in goal. Like, what's going on?
Oh my God. All right. Well, I think we know how the Nationals are looking to go at the moment. Why do I talk, Christian? Why do I talk?
Listen, we were 3 goals up. I think this is fine. This is just like...
That was so we went from a 6-second goal.
We just didn't touch the ball during kickoff. That's all that happened.
We went from a 6-second goal to a 4-second goal.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
It better be fine. This is what I'm talking about.
Listen, it was Prado Orb going for the ball. He missed it. He has a broken finger. We can let this one slide.
You're right. You're right this time, but if it happens again, I'll be keeping my eye on the boys. I have to check if they have a cash app notification if it happens again. It's a nice demo there from Lobo. It allows for some offensive pressure for just a moment, but the defense is what needs.
Okay, we get there in time. This is very tight, though. Okay.
Okay, now it's bad.
Now it's bad.
Now it's bad. Now we're overheating. Or not overheating, but now we're feeling the effects of overheating, right?
Yeah. I think that was just a matter of... We thought that we had the ball, but we didn't.
Keeping track of who's going for the defense where, keeping track of the other team. Orb just hits the ball solo. He just wins the kickoff.
That's a big 50-50 for CSU there.
I was about to lose my marbles if Lobo got that. They might still. No, never mind.
No.
Sean's on defense.
All right, here we go. That's going to be a nice little punt there across field. CSU has nobody. They need to start being more effective with their rotations again. They have been laying off on that. Cibercade luckily just sitting in net.
What a block from Sip, man.
He's going to bicycle flip back just to avoid getting demoed by Kool-Aid.
That was a nice bit, a little bit of a bait there as well from Flycool. But ultimately loses out to a demo, and you know, if you're trying to juke people out and you stop, that makes you a pretty easy target.
Yeah, he's gonna come back to try to get a 50-50 and loses that spectacularly as well, mind you. He's gonna come back just in time to basically bump his partner up into the ball.
It passes it pretty much straight to Sean. That's a 50-50 won by the Vikes, I believe.
That wasn't even a 50-50. That was just Cibercade getting in front of the ball and just decimating Sean there.
Oh, I love that midair collision. I think that one was from Orb, sending it right into Sip's hands. He's going to keep it in the corner. Again, the Vikes don't need to score at the moment. They just need to prevent scores. And if they find a score along the way, they're pretty happy.
Yeah, I think they're starting to reset. They're going to go play more defensively here. Or
nice
somehow
steal.
Getting that boost. What is that?
What a steal there. Just
huge pinch there from Karsene Miku. It's going to win on the 50-50. Oh, I just love when 50-50 turns into pinches. It just, the ball just goes in a random direction at Mach 20.
You know what? Screw it. Pinches, you're 50-50.
That could have been a goal there if Flycool messed that up there. That center ball for CSU, they could make something happen out of this. It's up in the air. Cibercade's going to come back for it. He's going to... That wasn't even 50-50. That was just Karsene Miku not making it to the ball there. It's going to be off the backboard for Texas A&M, though, with nobody on CSU really prepared to intercept that. Orb missing the ball there.
Only a minute 15 left at the moment, though. We're starting to get down to the waning moments of Game 4 at the moment. So if the Vikes can keep things The way that things have been going, this is at worst looking like an OT. It'll have to be a back-to-back goal like we've seen in the past. Sip with the defense, and Sean, he centers it. Lobo wants none of it.
And I like to point out something. The last 2 times CSU's won offensive, they keep it in the corner, and then they all simultaneously back off. Like, look at them.
Yeah.
They're about to pull back again as soon as they're out of boost. Never mind, Sip's going to go for a goal there. But now you're going to see them fall back a little bit. I mean, we see Lobo sitting around boost pads. We see Sip going up for the other boost pad. And they're keeping this together. They're keeping this back and forth movement together purposely so they can focus on the defense here. They don't want to overcommit. They have the lead. They want to keep it. They don't want to play risky like they have been that gave Texas A&M 2 goals. And
what? One small note I want to point out is they let Sip take a boost panel so that then he could go for further defense where Lobo wasn't in position. But Orb is like, you know the shot in the movie where it's like somebody's in the crowd of enemies and like throws the thing and sacrifices themselves? That's that. That's what that looked like. Like, what was the mediocre movie with Chris Pratt, Tomorrow War?
I don't remember. I don't watch a whole lot of Chris Pratt.
Hey, if you like that movie, you probably hate me for calling it mediocre, but you like it. Is this...
That's it. Oh, yeah, that's it.
No way, dude.
There was no way you could have saved that unless you were unless you got extremely lucky there.
So this is gonna be 3-1 at this point. Technically, there's a chance.
Could be 4-1, could be 4-2.
No, I'm saying, like, match score. We're probably winning this one for the Vikes.
Yeah, we have 12 seconds left on the clock. All CSU has to do is probably dribble around the world once or twice.
Not lose.
And we're going to see Prada Orb just go for an air dribble, though, trying to get a flip reset. Unfortunately, did not make full contact of the ball.
Yeah. But whenever it touches the ground, that'll be the end of it.
Yep. And that's...
Lobo.
Oh, Lobo is just getting greedy now. He's like, you know what? I want it. I am thirsty.
Mid-air collision, and yeah, it's sent forward, but Carson Amiku, he's got the tap. Nobody gets it that time. It's a 3-1 lead for the Vikes.
Absolutely huge game here. And I mean, they're playing with my favorite car, the one from the Hot Wheels pack. I forget the name of it every single time, but I love that car.
Is it called Hot Wheel?
It is a cool Hot Wheel.
No, is it called Hot Wheel?
It's part of the Hot Wheels pack
But
from
is it
like...
called Hot Wheel?
No. I can look up the name of the car.
I was mostly just asking as a joke because I thought it'd be funny if it was called Hot Wheel from the Hot Wheel pack. It's like Ryu from Streets or Shrek from Shrek. I don't know. How many titular examples to bring up, I suppose.
Let's see.
We're about to get into game number 5 here in this best of 7. Match point now for the Vikings. They've been, for anybody tuning in just now, they've been absolutely suffocating so far. It's been unrelenting. The amount of pressure that they've been able to put up. Game 2 in particular was quite close. Game 1 down to the wire, but the Vikings have slowly been able to just slam their vice grip into control of the match and of the tournament. It's been excellent to watch.
Oh, yes. And that's a Karsine Miku coming in. Rocking the Octane. I think he's the only Octane in the lobby, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe so. I know that none of the Vikes have it on at the moment, which is strange. I feel like one of them usually runs it.
Carson used to run it. Or not Carson. Sipperkit used to run it. I don't know why I said Carson there.
You got him on the mind, man. Thinking about him.
Him and I used to go get, what's it called? Chipotle all the time, so...
One of my friends said their favorite restaurant is Chipotle.
I'm gonna be honest, I like Barrio Mother. Oh my god, Lobo. Wow. Ceiling shot just came diving down.
I would not have brought that up if I knew a goal was about to happen.
Yeah, I like Barrio better than I like Chipotle. It's just every single time I've gotten lettuce at Chipotle, I've ended up getting a coli. And it's just like, I don't know what my luck is. It's just terrible. It happened 3 times now, and it's just like, okay, never lettuce again. That might be it.
Yeah. Just a bounce off the backboard, and it was honestly centered by the one player that I think it was Sean. Yeah, look at this. Sean actually centers it for the Vikes.
That's a blunder there. And with 2 people on the ball, if he tried to go for 50-50, it would have been a win for CSU, most likely. I mean, we've seen 50-50s happen from Texas A&M where they throw 2 people at a ball with like 1 Lobo or 1 Sipperkate, and they still lose it. And I don't know how. I don't know how they lose a 2-on-1 50-50.
Good control now for Texas A&M. They're gonna
That's a huge pinch there from Lobo. Unfortunately, he's going to go right into a Kool-Aid.
Catch there for Carson Miku. He'll set it up for his team. Are they going to be able to find a goal? No. Sip, he's got the mid-air block.
Did get bumped back towards goal there, so he's not going to be able to follow that up with an aerial movement there. But I mean, see...
No.
Okay.
No, too cheeky. Too much. Not now. Not again.
Almost, but not quite.
Close.
It's set up. It's set up. He's got it in. There's nobody on goal here.
No,
it's going to be a double touch.
No way.
Never mind. He misses it.
Oh! Maybe.
No! All right.
Good defense from Carson Miku.
Yeah, CSU trying to get the double touches there, not quite getting it. Lobo just got too close there. He could have had it if he wasn't so close, but he didn't stop his momentum in time for that.
We're nearing the midway point of this match point game, and the Vikes have solid control. It's going to be sent forward, this time by Texas A&M.
That's a huge jump off of wall for Reciprocate. Notice how he had no boost and was able to kind of just follow the ball there. He's going to be able to get it nice. Lobo's going to be able to receive that. It's going to be in the corner here for CSU. Fly Kool-Aid going to be able to bump it up just a little bit higher there. That's a good 50-50, in my opinion, for Texas AMU. They have it in the corner. They have it set up. They have it centered. Fly Kool-Aid, for some reason, bumping it up instead of forward. Sean going to be able to salvage something off the backboard here. Reciprocate going to be able to knock it out of there before anything happens, though.
Still controlled by the Vikes at the moment. Sean, he's going to find a wayward slam, but I don't think it's going to do a whole lot for them. They try to go for a juke, a hit, something, but the Vikes end up finding the maneuverability.
Yeah, and if you saw Lobo there, he was trying to shield the ball there, and I think Kool-Aid kind of read into that, saw the movement he made, and angled his car properly to make sure it didn't just stop all momentum.
Oh, nice little air or launch there from Lobo into the air.
And that's going to be a huge pass off the orb. Good save there from Fly Cool. And we're going to be able to see Reciprocate get this boost panel while keeping control of the ball. It's going to be an air dribble here. Sean's not going to be able to get anything out of it. Unfortunately, that's a save there. If only we saw like Lobo or Orb come in and just knock somebody. That would have been huge for CSU.
I love the guarding here from Carson Miku, but wasn't quite good enough. Again, both teams had some nice guarding, but just not quite good enough to find a goal from either side.
And now we have a minute left on the clock here. Going into this, I think CSU just has this in the bag unless they really blunder things. The way that they're playing now, though, they're fishing for opportunity. They're playing very safe. They don't want to fumble. And I think that's the biggest thing here for CSU is that, you know, we see Reciprocate already rotating back after Orb comes in the strike, and that's what we want to see. They're keeping an eye on the ball. They're not letting themselves get too overcommitted. Some of these plays here, they are taking a little bit of a risk because they don't have somebody immediately rotated back. But I think it's fine because they're going for the 50-50s that they should.
As long as they don't lose it here, this would be the blunder to lose the game potentially, but no, they hold strong for now. 15 seconds remain. Now Texas A&M, they need to find the goal in the next waning moments, but it's going to be knocked away there by Sip now. 5 seconds remain, and there's no more chances, no more do-overs. The Vikings, they might have just done it. They are the NECC Division III champions.
And that was an absolutely crazy finish to the NECC season. Texas A&M doing it fantastic at the very beginning, but then they just started, either CSU made the adaptation to kind of get through their ball chasing, or, I mean, we did see Texas A&M kind of adapt after that first game, but I think it kind of played into CSU's hands there a little bit. They were able to overcommit to certain plays and kind of just break through the defense. You know, you see Reciprocate kind of communicating, getting these bumps off, going for these 50-50s. You see, we didn't really see Lobo do a lot of setups today, but we saw Lobo kind of have a change in play style early on and went for some more crazy plays that we normally see Lobo go for, like that ceiling shot that we saw I want to say that was game 4, right?
I think so.
And it's like, you know, Orb doesn't really have to change the play style, but you know, CSU played that a whole lot safer than they normally would, and respectfully so. Once they got that lead, they did not want to lose it, and they got heated sometimes because they wanted to. The reason why they were probably overcommitting was because they wanted to get as high as a lead as they possibly could, so that way, if they did end up messing up their defense, they at least could fall back on, hey, we have a 2-point lead still, we're chilling.
Right, for sure. We're going to go to a quick be right back screen. We're going to grab one of the players at least. I don't know how many of them want to come back here for a quick interview. Congratulations to the boys for winning the grand finals at NECC Division 3 Nationals. And we will be right back. Welcome back, everybody. Time Monster here, joined with Orb. All right, I thought so. I wanted to make sure. Congratulations, man!
Thank you.
You just won the NECC Division 3 National Championship for Rocket League. How do you feel?
I feel good. I mean, we've been preparing for this the whole season after a lot of setbacks, and it just feels good to win. So, yeah.
Fantastic. I would like, if it's okay with you, I'd like to you to show the camera. Yep. Would you mind telling the story of what happened? If it's personal, you don't have to.
No, I was playing soccer, and I was goalie, and we go to CSU, so it's D1, and this girl, she kicked it. I shouldn't have tried to save it, but I did, and it crossbarred down, and it just dislocated, so yeah. But we still be able to win, though, so it's fine.
That's good, yeah. And Christian here said that you were playing with your... Like, you had to substitute your middle finger and ring finger. How did that feel for you? Because that sounds very awkward.
It felt, like, really weird. Like I couldn't go for, like, most things I wanted to go for because, like, I couldn't, like, jump fast enough. So it just felt weird, but we were still able to get it done, so.
And you guys have been playing together for about a year now, I want to say. That you had one full school year together. Maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. My memory fails me. I'm old. How much longer do you think you three are going to be playing together for, and what are your goals during that time?
I feel like we could be playing for like maybe pretty long actually till maybe Tamir's done, but our goals are just like exactly what I said, just winning and like being coachable for each other. So yeah.
It's a small thing, but it's always nice to hear from the players, right? Like being able to listen to each other.
Yeah.
It's a very important skill. And one more thing,
again, congratulations, you won the freaking nationals. Give me one memory that sticks out in your mind that you've had with your boys.
I would say either Indiana or Kentucky quals when we went to Kentucky. That was pretty fun.
All right, awesome. It's been here today with Orb. It's been an incredible game, an incredible season. Thank you, everybody who has joined us for this incredible journey. I've been Ty Munster. Been good seeing you.